Hello, my dear friends. After everything they've been through, just when it seemed the storms had finally passed, a new story begins today. What looked like an ordinary peaceful day hides behind it an unexpected confrontation. That morning, Alex rushed to the company where an important order could decide the future of the entire business. At home, LYTUNA and Mrs. Min were busy preparing a special lunch, a small celebration after so many challenges. No one knew that as they returned, a familiar figure was already waiting at the gate. Not a guest, not a stranger. It was Mai, the woman who once turned their lives upside down. She came with a strained smile and a small gift basket in her hands. But behind it lay a plan, a fragile hope. If Alex no longer believed in her, she would try to win over Mrs. Min's heart instead. Today's story will make you wonder, can a single apology ever heal the wounds left behind? And will the woman who has endured so much, be able to stay strong through this new test? Let's step into the next chapter of Alex and LYTUNA's journey, where happiness that once felt complete wavers once more because of someone from the past. That morning, the first light of day spilled gold across the window panes. The gentle air of a new week felt like a quiet blessing, a reward for all the effort and sleepless nights that had come before. Alex woke up earlier than usual. He put on a crisp white shirt, buttoned it neatly, and looked at himself in the mirror. Eyes clear, steady, and full of purpose. Today was an important day, not just for him, but for the company, the place where he had poured his heart energy and countless hours of work. At the dining table, LYTUNA was feeding Henry his breakfast. The little boy laughed between spoonfuls, his bright black eyes twinkling as if he somehow knew this day was special. Mrs. Min sat nearby, gently waving her paper fan. Her kind voice broke the morning calm. "Be careful at work, son. LYTUNA, and I will get everything ready. Come pick us up for lunch. Later we'll celebrate together." Alex smiled, kissed both Henry and LYTUNA on the cheek, and stepped out into the soft sunlight. The door closed behind him, leaving the warmth of family in its wake, his greatest source of strength. The streets were still quiet. The sound of Alex's leather shoes echoed down the office hallway. He entered the meeting room, where Jonner, his longtime colleague, was already waiting, a tall stack of documents in front of him. Alex Jonner began worry in his tone. "There are a few changes in the Japanese client's order. If we don't handle it quickly, they might pull out." Alex paused for a moment, then sat down. He opened the file eyes, scanning every line, every figure. He wasn't the impulsive Alex he once was. Now he was calm, grounded, and fully aware of how every decision affected the people counting on him. The meeting stretched for 2 long hours. At one point, Jonner slammed his hand lightly on the table. "We can't agree to that clause. It's too much of a loss." But Alex only gave a small, composed smile. His voice was low, but firm. Sometimes taking a step back lets you move 3 steps forward. What matters is our reputation. If we handle this wisely today, the company's position will be stronger than ever. Finally, when the final contract was printed and the red seal pressed down, the room fell silent before a quiet round of applause broke out. Jonner exhaled in relief, patting Alex on the shoulder. "You did it. We've made it through the hardest part." Alex just smiled, saying nothing. He looked out the window, where sunlight glowed against the company sign. and felt a wave of calm pride rise within him. After wrapping up, Alex called LYTUNA. "Hey, you done getting ready? I'm coming to pick you and Mom up. Let's celebrate tonight." LYTUNA's soft voice came through the phone. "Yes. Henry's all set too. Drive safe, okay?" When Alex's car pulled up in front of the house, LYTUNA stepped out wearing a beige linen dress, her hair neatly tied Henry in her arms. Mrs. Min followed, dressed in an emerald velvet dye, her eyes shining with quiet joy. The three of them got in the car, their laughter filling the space. The restaurant sat by the lakeside sunlight, streaming through white curtains and reflecting off the rippling water. On the table were small baby's breath flowers, a few scented candles, and 3 glasses of golden orange juice. Alex stood and raised his glass, his voice warm and sincere. Today isn't just about the company reaching a new milestone. It's also a day I want to thank the 2 most incredible women in my life. He turned to LYTUNA, the woman who had stood beside him through every storm, from their lowest moments to rebuilding everything from scratch. Then he looked at Mrs. Min, his voice tightening with emotion. "Mom, thank you for believing in me, even when I gave you reasons to worry. From now on, I promise to bring you and LYTUNA nothing but happiness." LYTUNA smiled, her eyes glistening. Her hands trembled slightly as she signed softly, "Thank you for always fighting for us." Henry suddenly giggled, his baby babble echoing through the quiet restaurant, a pure, innocent blessing. When the meal was over, the 3 of them strolled along the lakeside. A light breeze carried the scent of blooming milk flowers. Alex held LYTUNA's hand, pushing Henry's stroller with the other, while Mrs. Min walked slowly behind her face, glowing with contentment. In that moment, Alex understood success wasn't just about contracts or deals. It was about coming home and seeing smiles on the faces of those you love. Today, he said softly, "We're not just celebrating a business win. We're celebrating the journey, the faith, the love, and the home we've built together." The sunset glimmered across the water, reflecting 3 silhouettes: a mother, a woman, and a man. 3 generations, 3 hearts, 1 shared smile. That afternoon, the sky turned the color of honey. The road leading to the farmhouse glowed under the sunset golden rays, spilling through the trees and lighting up LYTUNA's peaceful smile inside the car. Henry slept soundly in his mother's arms, while Mrs. Min rested her head against the window, her eyes shining with quiet joy after a long, full day. Alex's car rolled gently through the gate. The wooden gate creaked open, and the breeze stirred the bougainvillea vines, purple petals drifting softly onto the path. None of them noticed that in the corner of the yard, someone had been waiting for a long time. "My!" She wore an ivory dress, clutching a small gift basket, her gaze fixed on the gate with a mix of hope and tension. The wind tousled her hair, but she didn't bother to fix it. Her fingers only tightened around the basket's handle until her knuckles turned white. As soon as the car stopped, Mai hurried forward, her voice trembling. "Hello, ma'am. I brought a small gift. Please accept it. It would mean a lot to me." Mrs. Min froze for a moment. Her usually kind eyes grew somber. She looked down at the basket, a box of pastries, a few jars of bird's nest tonic, and a small card that read, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. She sighed softly, her tone gentle but full of meaning. I can't accept this, dear. If I did, I'm afraid it would only disappoint you again. Silence hung in the air. Mai lowered her head lips, pressed tight eyes, glistening as if they might shatter. LYTUNA stepped out of the car, Henry in her arms. The sunset caught her face, highlighting the strength and fatigue of a woman who had fought through too much. She looked at Mai, her voice calm but cutting. I won't let you take Alex away. You're not strong enough to protect him the way I did Mai. Mai flinched, her eyes wavering before she took a small step back. For a brief moment, the two women stood facing each other, one gaze firm, the other broken. One held everything. The other had lost it all. LYTUNA pulled Henry closer and turned away. Her voice was quiet but steady. I don't hate you, but I don't pity you either. Some mistakes can't be called love. She walked inside. Henry nuzzled against her shoulder, his tiny hand brushing her hair as if to comfort her. Alex stood by the car, watching Mai. He said nothing, only bowed his head slightly, a silent farewell. Then he followed his family inside and closed the door behind him. The soft click of the latch echoed small, but to Mai, it sounded like an ending. Dusk settled over the courtyard. The wind whispered through the areca palms, carrying the scent of damp earth and dinner from the kitchen. Mai remained where she was, trembling hands clutching the basket, eyes brimming with tears. She took a step forward, her voice cracking, as she tried to hold on to her last shred of hope. I know you're angry with me, ma'am, but I truly love Alex. Everything I did, it was because of that. I didn't mean for things to turn out this way. Please, believe me. Mrs. Min turned to her face suddenly stern, her eyes full of hurt. Mai, you were once Alex's close friend. I treated you like my own daughter. But do you realize what your actions caused? The company nearly collapsed. My son couldn't sleep for months. And LYTUNA, she lived in fear because of you. Her voice shook with a mix of anger and sorrow. You call that love? Love doesn't hurt people. It doesn't destroy families. That's not love. It's selfishness. Mai bowed her head, tears dripping onto her trembling hands. Her words came out broken, almost a sob. I just wanted him to look at me one more time. I never thought it would come to this. Mrs. Min took a deep breath, trying to steady herself. Then she gently pulled her hand away from Mai's grip and said firmly, Mai, go home. I don't want to see you again. Sometimes the best way to prove love is to walk away and let the other person find peace. Her words fell heavy, final like a quiet sentence. Mai stood, frozen, her shoulders trembling. A breeze swept past, and a purple petal landed on her shoulder, fragile, weightless, like her dignity at that moment. Inside the house, LYTUNA was nursing Henry, while Alex sat beside her, holding her hand tightly. He could hear Mai's footsteps fading outside, slow, heavy, as if she were walking through her own regret. Mrs. Min came in, sadness still lingering in her eyes. She spoke softly, her voice tired but resolute. It's over now. But remember, this love must be built on trust, not possession. Alex nodded, looking at LYTUNA with gratitude. She smiled and signed gently. As long as you're here, As long as this home stays warm, I'm not afraid of anyone. Mrs. Min stroked Henry's hair, whispering like a blessing. Our home will be peaceful again, my dear. Outside, my silhouette faded down the leaf-covered road. Her gift basket slipped from her hands. The white ribbon came undone and drifted away with the wind. From the house, the golden light spilled out warm and soft as a river of comfort. But she was already standing outside of it, forever.
Cho ba con người ấy. Hãy cùng mình đón xem tập hôm nay câu chuyện về tình yêu và lòng tin sẽ phát trong những điều là chủ yếu của cuộc sống và đừng nhấn mắt. Đôi khi chỉ phải nhìn rất rất khiến cho khi bạn đang phải người mới sáng rồi làm nhỏ xuống và tạo lại trên những đỏ nắng chiều ngoài vườn gió lạnh ngồi qua cơn gió trong để ẩm sau khi đêm trong đèn nào nghe ngồi trên tấm thảm cũ giữa phòng không chỉ có bông không người mình không nhớ mà đều là khi nhớ là mua đất năm ngoái chủ yếu ơi nghe đầu sáng lên cho mình nghe người nói về đất khăn nhỏ tay cổ gấu bắt trước lại phòng khăn cho mình mỗi sáng nhìn từ trong bếp nhìn ra khẽ cười hơi nước từ nồi cháo bay ngút quanh mái tóc cô cũng cánh